AI coding agents can build quickly, but speed is not enough for trustworthy software delivery. Teams still need to know what was requested, what changed, what was verified, and whether the work stayed within safe boundaries. AEGIS stands for Agentic Engineering Governance and Integrity System. It is an offline-first governance layer for AI-assisted engineering. It turns an agentic workflow into a process that is traceable, inspectable, and safer to adopt in real repositories. AEGIS is not a prompt collection. It implements a governed engineering workflow with explicit stages: intake, intent alignment, requirements, checks, implementation, validation, and delivery. Each stage has a clear purpose and controlled right scope. Before work begins, intent alignment records the understood request, scope, assumptions, acceptance criteria, open questions, and risk. When policy or risk requires it, the workflow pauses for a human decision. AEGIS applies a red before green principle. Requirements are recorded as durable, identifiable items. Checks and tests are created first, linked to those requirement IDs, and must fail before implementation begins. Source code is then changed only in the implementation stage until the checks pass. This creates a practical traceability chain: user intent, requirement, linked test, implementation, evidence, and delivery decision. A requirement cannot become active without valid verification. Before delivery, AEGIS can detect changed source files without requirement coverage, unresolved test links, stale requirement indexes, and missing traceability evidence. The system relies on deterministic local checks as the source of truth. Hooks help agents behave safely and consistently, but they do not replace validation. The workflow includes a right zone guard that restricts edits to the paths allowed for the current stage, a secret scanning guard, post-tool evidence capture, and delivery preflight checks. The policy is configurable for each repository through a simple workflow configuration. Teams can define their source and test routes, language and test patterns, validation gates, secret patterns, blocked working tree paths, alignment rules, protected scope, and stage-specific right zones. AEGIS also provides reusable skills for governed development: repository adoption, regression and traceability analysis, documentation audits, delivery, and component documentation. These shared procedures are adapted for Codex, Claude Code, Pi, OpenCode, and Quen Code without duplicating the core workflow. AEGIS makes AI-assisted engineering faster without making it opaque. It gives teams a practical way to use coding agents while preserving human control, clear requirements, deterministic verification, and delivery evidence. Thank you for watching. The full public repository is linked in this submission.